Hey there, my friends. Today, I want to talk about the process that I use to plan out my year ahead in focus. And this is a plan that I have been teaching and coaching inside my programs for a decade now. And it's also a process that I too have used that helps me grow exponentially every year, year after year. And it's just a really great framework. And I want to give that framework to you today so that you can use it to help with your own planning for the upcoming year. Now, to be fair, my students and I worked over this. We worked on this 5 hours yesterday and 5 hours today. So it is going to take some time. So you're going to want to put some time aside to thoughtfully go through this process and answer these questions for yourself to do it effectively. Then, of course, if you're inside one of my programs, you have access to the recordings and replays. And then if you join us in one of our programs later on this year, the Strategic Planning Day recordings are in there as a bonus for you when you come inside. Okay, so step one, part of your strategic planning for the year ahead, we're talking about 2024. I have a 4-step process. It's reflecting, your visioning, your planning, and then the fourth part is actually accountability. And the accountability happens inside our Fully Booked Business Club and inside our 100K Club. But I want to break down the actual process that you can use to plan out your strategic planning for the year ahead so that you have a guidepost, so that you have some action steps and you have some clarity on where you're headed this year. This way, you're not like ad hocing your business and kind of just like leaving things up to chance. So, step one of my process is positive focus. Positive focus is simply that you are focusing on things that you have done that are positive things that you have done inside your business in the past. At the end of the year, we look at our positive focus from the year before. If you've only been in business for 6 months, you could do your positive focus on the past 6 months, even the past 30 days. Just use the time that you've already been in business or even been thinking about business, and you can still use this framework. Even if you stumble on this video in July, you could do this process for the first half of the year. Okay, positive focus, identify the things that you've already created in your business and how did you accomplish them. The thing with this, though, is that you want to identify not just the things that you did that created it, but the thoughts you had and the beliefs that you had that helped create those results in your actual real world. So what I mean by that is, let's say you signed 3 new clients in the past 90 days. Of course, you may know the actions that you took that signed those clients on, but I also want you to think about what were the thoughts that you had about signing new clients and what were the beliefs that you adopted about that helped you sign new clients. Because your business growth is never going to be able to outgrow or outpace your mindset. Okay. The second thing is the Groundhog Day process. The Groundhog Day process is a process that I learned over a decade ago from one of my very first business coaches. And the Groundhog Day process simply is what has worked, what isn't working, and what will I do differently next time? And so there are a bunch of ways that you can use this Groundhog Day process in your business, but essentially you want to go back and think about what's been working so that you can do more of it, what's not working, and then what will you do differently for the things that are not working. This way you are focusing on things that are working and enhancing it and turning up the dial. And then you're also being aware of things that aren't working. And instead of like just tossing them aside, maybe refining them so that they will work for you in the future. The next thing you want to do is brainstorm your goals. And I have another video here, a link to it below, about 7 goals that I like to set at the beginning of the year. And you want to brainstorm and think about those goals, because I like to do goal setting in a holistic way and not just think about just my business, just number of clients, just money. I like to balance my goal setting with a combination of money, growth, lifestyle, and some systems that I want to put in place in the year ahead. And again, I will put a link to that video below. The next thing you want to do is brainstorm your project planning. So if you set these big goals, what are the big things that you might need to do this year in order to reach your goal? So when I was trying to increase I had been documenting everything in my business. I was documenting where all my clients were coming from. I was evaluating the percentages of the clients coming to me. And one of the things I realized was that the clients that came to me by referral converted into paying clients like 80% of the time versus maybe somebody who reached out to me via social media or somebody who reached out to me via my website who didn't know me as well as somebody being referred. And so that year, I think it was 2017, I had decided that the year ahead, I wanted to intentionally transition my business to a 50% referral based business. And then I needed to put a plan, it was my plan, put a plan in place to proactively increase my referrals instead of waiting for referrals to happen to me. And so that year, one of my big plans that year, one of my big projects that year was to create, implement, test, and refine a referral strategy in my business. So, of course, this isn't just a to do, it was a bigger project that was going to take some time over a course of several months. So, you want to think about all of the big projects that you are thinking about implementing in your business this year. For some of you just starting out, maybe one of your projects is having a marketing plan, developing your marketing plan, implementing your marketing plan, measuring your marketing plan, and tweaking your marketing plan. That may be your project for the year. Some of you, maybe your project is creating a vendor program. That was another one of my big projects that I did several years ago, is how did I want to incorporate, use, and build a business around using vendors in my business. So again, these are things that are bigger than just a to-do, okay? Then when you have your project plan, you want to go back and you want to do a quarterly breakdown. Like just simply take a piece of paper and have 4 spots in it, and it'll be Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. Because a lot of times in business, what happens is you will have a lot of ideas and you will want to action all of them at once because you'll think they're all just as important. The problem is that when you think they're all important, then none of them actually take a priority on your to-do list or in your calendar. So if you look at it this way and you take all of these bigger projects, these bigger things that you want to do in your business. I'll give you another example. One of the members of my Fully Booked Business Club, getting her contracts in order and ready to go is a project that she's working on because it's more than just a to-do. She wants to review her contract. She wants to write her contract. She wanted to make sure that they were on letterhead. She wanted to prepare her contracts, print them out, go back, retest them. And so that was going to take several times of sitting down at her desk and working and implementing them. And so that is something that she has written down as a Q1 project that she's going to finish before the end of Q1. So when you look at your projects, if you were to prioritize them, which one is the most important? Then what would be the next important, and then the next one? And then maybe there's a project that like you would like to do, but you know that it's not like a necessity right now, and you can forecast that later at the end of the year and have that perhaps be a Q4 project. So when you're breaking them down, then you are breaking down your big plans into more manageable chunks. Then once you have your quarterly breakdown, then you want to do your 90-day plan. So for example, if we take that project that I talked about, I started to break that down already as I was speaking about it. There are going to be multiple to-dos that she will have to do over the course of, 30 days or so to get that finished. So in her 90-day plan, perhaps, I'm just going to make it up, she's breaking it down like 1 hour a week. She's going to work on her contracts until they're completely done. So that is going to be listed as part of her 90-day plan. Let's say Mondays, 1 hour, she's going to focus on her contracts. Maybe for you, and you have the big marketing plan, so maybe it's 1 hour on Mondays. I'm going to focus on writing my marketing plan. So what is your 90-day plan? So in essence, what you're doing is you are getting your brain on board You're thinking about the past, you're reflecting, you're visioning for the future of what you want your business to look like this year and how you think you're going to get there. And then the planning about actually implementing your ideas. That's why this part is so important. And then, of course, the fourth part to my process is accountability. And that's what we do inside the programs, because when we do this work together, you have built in accountability inside the programs because we help keep you on track to hit your goals and your projects as part of our process. All right, my friends, what is one of your projects that you're going to work on this year? I would love to know that in the comments below. And then if this video was helpful, make sure you hit up the like button and subscribe so that you don't miss any of my other upcoming episodes. Bye for now, friends.